Hello and good morning, Arts and Voices. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
invitation. Thank you for having us.
You are so welcome. Thank you for joining us in this little series of From a Distance. And you are quite a distance. I'm in Gloucestershire in the UK, and you're right over in Poland, in different places at the moment.
Actually, the same city, but not in the same houses.
Okay.
You can see Marta and me in the same place in Gdańsk, in the center of Gdańsk, and Filip also is in Gdańsk, but in his home.
And Gdansk, I remember doing one or two concerts in Gdansk many years ago, and what a wonderful, beautiful place it is.
Yes, it's a city by the sea and in the north of Poland. So,
tell us a little bit about who you are. We only have three of you this morning. You are an octet.
Yep.
Arts and Voices is an octet. Tell us who you are and who is not here, and tell us a little bit about yourselves.
So maybe I'll introduce a little bit. I'm Filip. I'm a second bass in the team. But unfortunately, not everybody could make it to talk to you today. So they just passed some questions that we could maybe discuss later. But we are a vocal group founded in 2010. So this year we have a 10 years of anniversary. It was established in a city close to Gdańsk, Wejherowo, called Wejherowo. So it's still our official place where we are, the original place. But our members, of course, changed during this time. I think Mateusz can tell more about the history because he's pretty much from the very beginning of the vocal group. And we are just started. We are somehow connected with the music academy in Gdańsk, but not everybody studied here. But it is the place that connected all of us. So we are both from these two cities, Wejherowo and Gdańsk. Maybe Mateusz can tell a little bit how the group started, and how it was at the very beginning.
Yes, as Filip mentioned, I'm from the very beginning of this ensemble. Actually, I'm the oldest guy in the group.
He's a senior of our ensemble. So
grandpa, the ensemble grandpa. The ensemble we met 10 years ago. Actually, it was in December. I had a call from Ania Rosławska-Musialczyk. She's a really great composer and alto in our ensemble. And she asked me if I would like to sing because they're making the vocal ensemble. We didn't know back there where are we going to, what type of music we want to sing. But to be honest, you were the ideal ensemble for us, the King Singers. This was our dream, actually. We wanted to be like the King Singers. So it's because of you we start to sing in the vocal ensemble. It's your fault, actually. And the other thing, I'm a tenor voice in this group. And I'm the oldest one.
Thank you for that lovely compliment. I mean, it's really lovely to hear that. I mean, it's the way of the world, isn't it? That established people, artists, musicians influence and inspire, and it's great to hear because I've been getting to know you over the last couple of days in your creativity, via YouTube and reading about you guys. You are a real breath of fresh air on the music scene. I mean, yes, you've been around for 10 years, and happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
not many groups go out there with an emphasis on their contemporary compositions and creating new ideas and new music. We love to sing pop songs, we love to sing jazz, we love to sing folk, and we love to make sure that people in our concerts are having a really good time all of the time. And it's quite brave to say, we are going to put a big emphasis on new music, on new composers, young Polish composers, and make it our personality. You know, it's a huge part. That's fantastic. And that was just one small part of the work. Certainly when I was in the King Singers, and I know the group carries on in that in a similar vein, is that creative part and commissioning new music, which is so important. Tell us a little bit. Did you always do that right from the beginning? Philip, have you always been this contemporary music, or has the identity changed of the group?
I think you get it right. Yeah, that it's like a process that at the very beginning you just try to make a nice group of people. You think about other great teams, vocal groups like King Singers, for example. Yeah, that you can try to follow. Within getting better, you try to find your identity. Maybe the real this kind of music that brings you the most of the joy, and that we all together feel the best. We have all the best feelings singing this particular kind of music. So we're just there was a time when we were trying to we were taking part in a lot of choral tournaments. So we then adjusted our repertoire to the requirements of each repertoire event. But later we realized it's time to think about our own identity, and we just trying to sing a lot of different kinds of music. We realized that we prefer the contemporary music, and then how the idea started of recording an album, that we would like to make something new, something fresh. We already had some contacts with some Polish composers of this young stage, and we managed to invite them to this project, and that's how the Midnight Stories album was started. So it was our idea to bring something new, and it's just this. Sometimes we perform Renaissance music, or maybe some other from other classical periods. But this contemporary music is the thing that we are looking for mostly, and I think we also try to show a different view on contemporary music, because many people may think that it's making like things very extraordinary, like shouting and making a lot of mess. But we're looking for this kind of music that is brings something new, but at the same time is still, you can find a lot of nice harmonies over there, and some new great feelings we would like to share with the audience.
Yeah. We talked about the albums. I understand you have 4 albums altogether. Is that right?
Maybe Marta can now.
Yes, it's true. But our last album, Midnight Stories, is the album from which we are the most proud of. And as we mentioned, we are an octet. So Philip thought that many young composers wrote for us those tunes which are on Midnight Stories. And we are very honored that they decided to do it for us, especially for us. And they wrote 8 pieces for 8 voices. So it is a really great honor for us that it is not like the normal choral work for 4 voices, sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses, but directly for our group, for our voices. So that makes it also special.
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's
very
why
good.
that's why we are very, very proud of it. And beside Midnight Stories, we have one CD, Live in Provence, which we recorded during our tournée in Provence. It was 2000. Guys, help me. 19?
18, I think.
18,
Yeah,
18. Okay. So it was recorded in 2018, and it is just like the mix of many different genres of music. So choral works, and on the CD there are actually some contemporary composition, which showed us that we feel comfortable in this kind of music, and it gave us a feeling that we can work it on this kind of music, and we can be some kind of specialist in this genre.
Yep.
So
Great.
Yes, I remember that we were searching which type of music we would like to sing, and I think that actually the biggest role has Anya from our ensemble, because she's composer and she composes, of course, many music, but also especially for us. She knows us. She knows how we sing, and I remember in 2019 we were in Tolosa. And then we met also the former king singer, Paul Phoenix, and he told us, of course, you are singing great, you are doing great job, you sing great music, but my advice, go for the compositions of Anya. This should be a way. You have to show it not only in Europe but in the whole world, actually. So that's
nice.
what we would like to do.
And did you? I also read that you, whilst you're over in Tolosa, you did some concerts in that area as well. Is that
yes,
right?
Exactly.
Did a bit of a Basque tour. What a great part of the world.
Yeah, it was in fact a great tournée for us, because we are preparing, in fact, to record the album. So we have a chance to show this new pieces in I think 5 or 6 places, and after that we sing in the tournament, and we won in 2 categories, which was a little bit of surprise to us. Yeah, but it was
that's a really tough platform. I've been there a few times, and it's a really tough competition, isn't it? So congratulations. But you've had so much success in competitions. I was reading that you'd had 10 Grand Prix prizes. Is that right?
Yes.
So that's that's a lovely thing to have on a group CV, to say, hey, we just got the 10 Grand Prix prizes. That's pretty good.
Nice number, isn't it?
It's a really nice number, especially when you're only 10 years old as well.
Yeah.
That's really good. Tell us a little bit about Midnight Song,
The
and
composition.
how, and the song, and how, when you recorded it, and a little bit about the video and the process of making that.
Show me your secret titillation. Midnight. Seduce them, 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 swallow the night, swallow the night, swallow the night, swallow the night, swallow the night. Show me your secret titillation. Show me your secret titillation. Show me your secret titillation. Show me. Don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep.
Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. The fun's just sleep.
Fun's just begun. The 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 fun's just begun. So indulge yourself, indulge yourself, indulge yourself, indulge yourself, indulge yourself, indulge yourself, engage your thoughts, engage your thoughts, engage your thoughts, engage your thoughts, you're
Under the shade
of crocodiles,
under the shade
of crocodiles,
under the shade
of crocodiles, 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 crocodiles.
stars.
Sleep.
When the sun sleeps.
When the sun sleeps, 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 when the sun sleeps. Tight.
I was wondering if it was done in lockdown, if it was one of those, or whether you did it, recorded it together. How did you do that?
Yes, we did it. We did it together, but it was during lockdown, so maybe we shouldn't say it loudly because
Yeah.
we were like in.
Don't tell anybody. We won't tell anybody.
Okay, okay. Yes, it stays in this room. So, but Midnight Song is actually a very special song for us because on Midnight Song, when the idea came to create Midnight Stories album, we had many compositions which were very meditative, very peaceful, maybe a bit gloomy or dark, but nothing really vivid. And we were wondering with Anya that we need one piece which is slightly different than those peaceful or gloomy song connected with night. And that's why we decided to create a song which is kind of party song, something like really extraordinary, maybe a bit strange. And I wrote lyrics to Midnight Song, and Anya wrote the music. And I know that we have like very similar aesthetic sense. And while I was writing those lyrics, I was looking for synonyms of words which I know in English, because I was really focused on pronunciation, which Anya could use in her music. So I remember that I wanted to use a phrase crazy dancers, but I thought that crazy is kind of obvious adjective, and maybe we will find something different. And I was looking for synonyms to word crazy, and then I found a cuckoo, like cuckoo dancers. And then at the same time, I was thinking like, for sure, she will use it as a kind of onomatopoeia because I know her, and she did it. And I really like this, this cooperation of us, because we are singing in altos together. So we are feeling each other very, very closely, in a very good way. And we have this kind of artistic, friendly vibe to each other. And that's why I think this Midnight Song, it's such a special song, not only for me, but for a whole group of us.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. It's very vibrant, and it's in great rhythm and great character as well. I mean, it shows you as performers. Tell me a little bit about. Do you do that piece in concert?
Yes, sometimes we do, and we use chairs for it because we have
choreography.
Nice,
yeah,
nice. Tell me something, because it's not until a certain point in the piece that we get pitch. At a certain point in the piece, we suddenly have little clusters and chords.
Yes.
Tell us the secret. How do you do that? Now, I know how you might do it on the recording, but tell us how you do it live.
This cluster comes after a solo of second alto, which is on the direct pitch.
But how do you find the pitch after all that talking? I just wondered, is there perfect pitch? Do some of you have pitch, or do you just know where it is?
No, it's some kind of improvisations. We don't have to sing the specified sound.
So the clusters just happen to be clusters.
Yes,
okay.
But most often we hit those sounds,
because they sound very outside chords on the recording. And I was thinking, I wonder if they do that. I only asked because a long time ago, and this is a piece that got performed many times by the King Singers. There was a composer in England called Paul Patterson, and he wrote this piece called Timepiece. And there's a lot of talking, and there's a lot of words and a lot of noise, and then out of nowhere, we had to find a minor third. out of nowhere, and then it goes into jazz chords. And I was listening to this piece, and also it has a cuckoo clock, so we have cuckoo cuckoo, and I suddenly hadn't thought of that piece for many years, probably 10 years. I hadn't thought of that piece, and I was listening to that, and I heard these little clusters come out, and I heard the cuckoo, and I thought, Paul Patterson. I just thought, wow, that's him. And then there were some other little bits, and I just thought it reminded me of the Japanese composer Takemitsu. He wrote some pieces for a cappella, a commission from the Kingsingers called Handmade Proverbs, and it is so similar in this way. It was, and it just brought these memories back to me. I really enjoyed that piece.
Yes, it's maybe a coincidence. I think we didn't knew this kind of pieces, but yeah, it's nice that it brings you good memories.
It was good memories. I really loved the video for your piece, Rosemary's Baby. Now, I don't know a lot about the piece, only just watching it and listening, and what a fantastic video.
Zacznij,
Z najpiękniejszych prawd moralnych i pobożnych. Zacznij maleństwo, zacznij maleństwo, zacznij, 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 zacznij maleństwo.
Tell us a little bit how that came together, whose composition, and tell me a little bit about the story. I'm presuming Rosemary's Baby is the famous Rosemary's Baby.
Yes, this is the theme is from the movie of Roman Polanski, and if I remember, it was always a dream for Anya to arrange this theme. So the Midnight Stories album was the perfect situation for her to make it. So yeah, we made the top piece, I think, from this album.
And the video, it's a very atmospheric, and what's the collaboration there? Who did that with you?
Yeah, in fact, we knew the movie, but we didn't want to make like a short video clip showing like the description of the movie in a few minutes. We tried to create something new, just basic on the theme that this music has, that this movie of Roman Polanski from the 1960s had. We had a chance to work with some kind of a director here who thought about the whole choreography, about the story behind of this girl who's like the main role here, who's like looking for some. She wakes up in the night and she hears some noises and she tries to find out, are they real or not? Where do they come from? And she's searching for them. And if she has a chance she's so close to get the answer, then she suddenly starts from the very beginning. So it's like some kind of a nightmare. And so it's like a completely new story, but I guess it's really perfectly matches with the story of the movie of Roman Polanski. And we can say also that the music, the original music theme is composed by also a Polish jazz composer, Krzysztof Komeda. It's like at this time when we recorded this music, is like 50 years from his death. But in Poland, he's really, really famous for making a lot of great music. He died quite early by accident, and it's really a pity because he probably could create a lot of great music later.
Yeah, thank you for that. I understand you have a concert today, is that right?
Yeah.
This evening, and you've got to rehearse at some point. So thank you for sparing the time to come along. Tell me where are you performing today, and also a little bit about the plans for the rest of the summer. I presume in Poland things concerts are happening and society is back to some kind of normality.
Yes, we are coming back to the normal amounts of concerts right now, and we are really, really happy about it, because as every artist, we are really sick of the situation connected with COVID and with this online concerts, and thinking how to manage with this situation. And today we will be performing in Frombork, so it's place in the north of Poland, in big cathedral.
Yes. And today actually we are performing together with Błażej Musiałczyk, organist from Oliwa Cathedral in Gdańsk. So this is some kind of double concert.
Nice.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about plans for the future, and maybe where people might get to see you further afield, maybe outside of Poland. Are there any more travel plans yet?
For now, we have mostly concerts arranged in Poland for August, September, and October, and also November. But for next year, we are still working on it to arrange new concerts. So there's maybe an idea that we'll have a chance to come back to this music festival in Provence next year. But also we are just trying to arrange concerts abroad. So for I guess this year only will be able to see us in Poland.
Yeah, well, I've really enjoyed getting to know your music and your craft, and do keep pushing the boundaries. Do keep challenging our ears and challenging your audiences, because it is creativity at its highest level, and it's fantastic to see. It's sometimes easy to take the easy route, isn't it, and to entertain, and as I said before, to sing pop songs, jazz songs, and yes, there is room for that, but it's lovely to hear that you found your voice, and I'm sure you will go so far, and I look forward to seeing you become very famous.
Thank you.
Outside of Poland.
Thank you. We are waiting for it.
No,
we are ready for it.
I'm sure it will come. Thank you for joining. Please send my best wishes to the other five, and all good wishes for your concert tonight. Live music is so important, especially when we've been deprived. We're still in England. We're still in that kind of strange time at the moment where concerts and choirs are not really happening, but football matches are. And I must say commiserations for the Polish team. And I hope that maybe tomorrow you will be supporting England.
There was no penalty on Sterling.
Thank you again, Arts and Voices. It was so lovely to get to know you.
Thank you. It was an honor for us to.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you very much.